Hello, welcome to Career Dynamics, where we discuss the world of opportunities and job careers. Today, we have our special guest, Mr. Sayak Pal, professor of Adamas University School of Media and Communication. So get ready to boost your career and let's get some professional tips from Mr. Sayak Pal.
Thank you, Pritish. Thank you for inviting me in the show.
Thank you, sir, for giving us your precious time. So, first of all, I would like to ask you to share your diverse journey for our audience.
Okay. So I had a bachelor's in mass communication, and then I went for my PGDM, and then I again did my second master's in mass communication, and then I spent my years in industry, almost roughly around 4.5 years, and then I realized that I need to shift to education because I love doing research. I love teaching the class. So that's how I found my calling. You can say that, and that was a journey that was started almost 7 years back, and then I also started my journey in research. Discovering new ideas and new themes and new concepts in media and communication. My area is specialized in advertising research. Um, since then, I also enrolled for a PhD. I'm just about to complete my PhD, and that was it. I mean, I have a brief stint of 4.5 years in industry and almost 7 years in academics.
Okay. So, what inspired you to pursue a career in this particular field?
Okay. Before I started my journey with media and communication, I was a science student in my class 12. And honestly, I wanted to be something else. I wanted to be a doctor. But then I thought, okay, fine, this is not my thing. This is not my journey. And then I was looking for something which was creative, intellectually intriguing, at the same time obviously not boring, where I could actually go to a very higher field. For example, the way I am right now doing my research, I always had this inclination towards research, and I wanted to find out a field which is a blend of theory and practical, as well as a lot of creativities were there into it, and obviously research factor was there, an integral part of it. So I thought this would be my thing, and as I went into this field, uh, mass communication and journalism, I realized over a period of 3 years during my bachelor's that it is not only about journalism or communication. There are a lot of factors. There are a lot of opportunities that comes into. For example, communication, corporate communication, advertising, public relation, CSR. Obviously, there are journalism part is there embedded into it. Film is one side of it, though we had a very little exposure on the Calcutta University bachelor's. But since it was a small part of it, so I realized this is a field where I get to have a test of different varieties, where the influence of management were also there. That's how I actually decided to go for management in my first master's, and I enjoyed it. And over the time of my master's and my industry days, I found my calling into advertising and creativity. So I do my research in advertising, though my research perspectives and areas are much more in quantitative, lesser than in quantitative. But I do my hands dirty in consumer psychology and a part of behavioral economics. I try to combine them in media and communication, especially in the field of advertising. So it was how would I say, it was a mixture of creativity along with knowledge that actually intrigued me to come to this field of study.
Okay. So, our interview's topic is career opportunity, and you just said that management is a part of media now, but many people don't know that MBA exists in media also. So, what is the basic difference between a regular MBA and MBA in media?
Okay, yeah, there's a huge difference. I remember when I had my PGDM, which is actually, I mean, we can call it MBA as well. So, in a one way, in a one sense, since we were having both, majors, so that's why we were given PGDM. for 2 years, and if you're having one major, one minor, you could get MBA. So now, how management is a part of media is that it's not a very old concept. I would say media itself is not a very ancient concept. Media studies, rather, media is there since the beginning of time, but embedding media into management, or embedding management into media, is a very new concept. Not every college or every university they offer it. Now, why we have seen it? Because we have seen many of the masters and undergraduate students, they are, very prone to get into management roles. I mean, whether it's a digital marketing or social media marketing, or content managing, content marketing, and managing media houses. The people are very much interested into get into corporate. They are not restricting themselves into journalism and different flavors of journalism and communication. They are actually exploring different areas. As you can see, many of the concepts and theories are, for example, in advertising, there are many concepts and theories have actually been adopted from management. So there's a huge part of management are ingrained into media and academics, media and communication rather. So how it is different is that we have tried to reduce some of the areas. For example, quantitative techniques, which we have to study. For example, those who are targeting for MBA, you have to study quantitative techniques 1, quantitative techniques 2 for normal MBA program. There would be, if you're taking specialization in marketing, there will be marketing research. A huge section of quantitatives and mathematics are actually embedded into it. So for media, we have realized we do not need that much of mathematics and that much of statistics and mathematical calculations and formulations for this study. So what we did, we minimize that portion, that quotient. We are not saying that we do not have it. We have it in a limited quantity, whatever is needed. For example, if you're calculating central tendency, or if you're if you're going for correlation or regression, which are very, I would say, very basic, right? So we have kept that portion in a basic level. Rather, we have focused on management perspectives of media. For example, television business management, film business management, radio business management, principles of communication management, or integrated marketing communication, right? Digital marketing, which is an in thing. We have incorporated that thing in the market, in the course. Rather, we are, in normal MBA, what we have, we get micro and macroeconomics, 2 separate papers that has to be studied through 2 different semesters. But for us, what we did, we combined macro and micro into one, managerial economics, and we have kept another paper which is focused on media economics. So understanding economics from media perspective, understanding psychology, which we also have a paper, media psychology, understanding psychology from media perspective. So this would not be the hardcore economics and hardcore psychology, rather than how you could apply those areas into media and communication, rather than managing workforce or resources and all this. So this is a very media centric. Those people who get scared that I won't be able to manage finance, I won't be able to manage economics, I won't be able to manage mathematics. If they are going for regular MBA, they have to go rigorously with them, because I remember we had two papers of them. But here we have minimized that. Rather, we have focused more on media centric paper and media business centric paper.
So you just said that media is not a very ancient concept. So people don't know about media. How a student build a career in media related to marketing, advertisement?
Okay. So as why I said media is very ancient, that if you study the very old concepts and theories of media, for example, Aristotle theory of media and communication, then you find that maybe media as a discipline or identified discipline was not there back then, but the very existence of media as a channel was there, as a medium was there. So that's why I said it's very ancient. But people started realizing this, it's important very late, and that's how this media has emerged as a different disciplines later on. And now it is booming, and people have realized that there are several other fields that can actually emerge their contributions and contribute their different theories and concepts in the media. For example, sociology, psychology. We have seen many of the models that we have derived from mathematics and sociology and psychology in media. So that's how it has been enriched by different other disciplines, and that's why it is multidimensional. And that's how I would say that we get a lot of students from different disciplines, be it science, be it social science, be it language or literature. We get many of the students, especially the PG students, who probably had a different subjects in their bachelor's, but they came to study, MSc, MBA, and MA in media and communication. So that is one thing. Now, how they can build up their career? As I said, media is not a very straightforward, or it's not a very restricted way of career that it offers, right? It actually offers multiple dimensions to it. For example, obviously, journalism is one major part of it. You can be a television journalist, you can be a radio journalist, you can be a print journalist, you can be a PR person, advertising person. Now, under these sections also, for example, let's take example of advertising. So if you want to be a copywriter, if you're good with the content, then you can be a copywriter. If you are a creative person, you are good with graphics, you're good with editing and softwares, then you can actually be a creative person who would be working in the industry. If you are very good with animations and drawings and designing, then you can also pursue a career into that. And for example, if you want to manage the entire thing, if you want to be a manager in media industry, and there are opportunities which are coming in from other industries, for example, IT, manufacturing, and other industry, infrastructure industries, heavy metal industries, where they are requiring PR manager, corporate communication managers, they are requiring branding managers, media managers, where they are looking at people with media background who has actually trainings in media and communication, different varieties of it, and an MBA degree would definitely help you out to take an entry into that section of the market.
So, is there any educational barrier for choosing this career, or from any educational background, student can build their career in media?
For postgraduate, I would say there is any barrier unless you have you just need to have a 3 years valid program, degree program. And if you are a part of the new education policy and system, then you need to have 4 years of diploma, 4 years of graduation. But you can also apply with 3 years of graduation program. There is no bar into it, and you can be from any stream. You can be from physics, you can be from biology, you can be from Bengali, you can be from English, psychology, sociology. It doesn't matter, because as I said, media is a field where you get to use your prior knowledge some point of time and in some ways. So there is no actual bar. For example, if you are from science, you cannot enter. If you're from language, you cannot enter. All are welcome. But you have to keep your mind open that whatever you have learned, first you have to unlearn certain things, certain stereotypes, and then you have to start learning from the very fresh perspective.
So, if a newcomer came to this industry, so what are the problems that he or she may face?
I would say communication might be one of the problems that I have seen students have faced a lot, and I have also seen a majority of them actually overcome. I have seen tremendous development, tremendous improvement into the career graph of the students. I can take example of one girl. She could not speak very confidently. Whenever she used to speak, she was in bachelor's in the first year. She used to fumble. She used to, feel she's inferior, and she was, not confident enough. Now, when she's in the last year, I could see she is so confident, and she has improved her communication skills so well, and she is a prolific reader as well. Whenever I go to the class, she picks up topics. She gives me some of the information which I might have not come across. So she keeps me giving us the feelers, and so this thing happened in the last month, and this thing, and she keeps on getting relevant information, which was fantastic. seeing her 3 years back when she was very naive, very fragile, and very, you know, very much lacking the confidence, and now how she has become after 3 years of training. But yes, she has also worked a lot on herself, and that's how I guess she could overcome. So this is one thing that I would say a major challenge, communication. But another thing would be you should be having a mind that I need to learn a lot of new things, and I need to learn, and I need to gather a lot of information, because media means gathering also information. It's medium because we hold the information, or sometimes we share. Most of the time, we actually share the information from one point to another point. So we are the medium. So if we are not aware of certain things, if we are not aware of certain developments, who would else be? So we are the people, we are the sect of people or professionals who delivers the information. So we should be very much aware of certain areas of information. I'm not saying that you need to know everything. That is not possible for a human being. But you need to be updated. You need to stay updated, and you need to update yourself continuously. So that's a continuous process. If you can follow these two things, I guess, practice communication, written, verbal, both the communication, and obviously non-verbal communications. So we also give trainings on that. Then I guess you're fine. And if you have a zeal, that if you have a urge that I will keep on learning and keep on gathering information, I guess you will thrive in the industry. And remember always, there's no dearth of job. There's no shortage of job. There's always the jobs are there actually for right kind of candidate. So there are jobs there for right kind of candidate. So you just need to go and grab it.
So, what are the skills a people should know to grab these opportunities?
As I said, it's very bifurcated. If you want to be a journalist, then you need to acquire some kind of skills like if you're going in front of the camera, obviously your communication, presentation, your verbal, non-verbal, both kind of communications need to be improved. Then you need to be camera friendly. You should not get stiffed in front of the camera. That kind of training we actually also give. Your voice needs to be modulated. You need to actually learn how to modulate your voice. For example, if you are delivering a news which has a negative impact, or which delivering a news which is about a celebration, so how would you modulate your voice? How would you express the news through your personality, through your body language? That is also very important, right? Then I guess your communication skills is very much important, but again, it is very, very industry specific and genre specific. If you're going to be an animator, or if you're going to be a media manager, you need to have a certain kind of skills. For example, if we talk about the media management part, so your managerial skills have to be improved. Your managing work and managing resources, managing people skills, these kind of skills has to be very, very important and improved. Your communication as a student of media and communication, especially for MBA, has to be superb and flawless. For example, if you're sending a note to somebody, if you're writing an official email, what are the things that you need to mention, right? If you're sending out a mail, if you're sending out a notice, or for example, if you're calling a press release, what are the things pre-press release and post-press release? What are the procedures? What are the things you need to measure? And what are the things you need to maintain? So these are, as I said, a mixture of managerial role and media role that you need to learn and they need to be mastered on. But again, I would say you would definitely learn in the industry. So we are going to equip uh, each and every one of our students with the skills that I mean, as much as possible in the classroom training, and sometimes we will also send them to the industry to face the industry. But I would say we will give you the confidence, we'll give you the weapons, we'll give you the skills, we'll teach you how to use those areas of development that you needed, right? But you need to go and fight there. So we will teach you the technique, but the fight is always yours.
So you just told us that communication is very important. Communication is the key. So how some and networking is related to communication, and digital marketing is related to network. So how to build network and build a communication with people.
Yes. So building a network and communication, rather building the source, you're working on the source. For example, what happens after a certain point of time, this networking actually are going to help you out in getting internships and final placements. So this is what I keep on telling in the classroom as well. See, once you are done with the internship, please do not shut yourself with that person or with that organization. Keep in touch with that organization, the HR manager, the UO manager, so that you have not destroyed the bridge between you and that organization. So whenever an opportunity comes, so they will keep your hard works and your skills, remember. So whenever an opportunity comes, they might actually call you and saying that, okay, fine, we have a vacancy, so you can come and join us. So that comes automatically if you keep in touch with them. So building a network, extending your network is always very helpful. So whether you're going to do it by messaging, whether you're going to do it following their feeds on LinkedIn. Now this is one very particular point I would want to mention, that each one of you should open up your account on LinkedIn, because this is the place where you can build up a lot of professional channels, and you can meet up a lot of people. And there are a lot of people, especially from the HR and recruitment department, who are actually posting their recruitments on LinkedIn. So you keep in touch with them. You say congratulations. This is a small word, and it takes a second or two or 3 seconds to write congratulations and just post it. So in this way, you keep in touch. So when this opportunity arises, this person might think, okay, fine, there's a guy or there's a girl I can call up. There's a vacancy. So he might actually share that post with you, or he might actually call up or send a message to you. Hey, chap, there's a vacancy there, so you can come and join us. And if you can come for the interviews, and we can actually love to have you on board. So that's how this connection actually works. So this is very important, not only for media, I would say for every field, and because connections can do a lot of good things to your career. So this is one point. And what was your next question?
So
Digital marketing, if I'm not wrong. So digital marketing is a very in thing. I remember in the last BOS, we have incorporated digital marketing techniques. We have incorporated this paper, as well as we have also incorporated social media marketing, because we thought that every anything or every trendy thing that is happening in the industry, and that is going to help out our student to go and find out opportunities, should be a part of the syllabus. So what we do, actually, we also have different portals run by our there are portals on YouTube, there are pages on Instagram, and there are posts that goes on Facebook. So most of these pages, most of these areas are being managed by the students. They have their entire team where they do the production, they upload the same thing on social media. Even we have encouraged them to share it and go for some campaigns where you can post the same thing with hashtags and everything, so that they can actually get more reach in the social media platform. So this is the way they also learn how to do it practically. So that is very important. That's why we have included digital marketing and social media marketing in the curriculum, so that they can add these things in their CV, right? And getting their jobs in digital marketing and social media marketing and content managing is, I would say, I have seen it. It's easier than getting the jobs in other sectors, especially from the student of India Communication Management. Obviously, there are options that are there in advertising and PR, but the way the companies are hiring in digital marketing, social media marketing, content management is phenomenal. And it's absolutely I would say fabulous, and they are actually recruiting a lot of people into that kind of roles. So there are a lot of job opportunities which are being created.
So you just talk about CV. So what is CV and how to write it? Can you please tell the audience?
So it actually CV should be reflection of the work and and of yourself as well. So obviously you do not need to actually write down what are the things that you do at home, but you also need to um, put down all the information that is required for your employer to know, starting from your degrees, your certification, your achievements. Even if you have a new certification and achievement, for example, you have won a inter-college debate championship, or for example, interdepartmental debate championship, or maybe you have come runners up, or you have got certificate. Please put that in your CV, because people love to see your achievements. For example, you have made 5 videos, you have made 3 films, short films. So put the links on the CV. I mean, create a website. Now, digital CV concept also came in, digital portfolio concept also came in, where you put all this information in the structured format and website format, and send the link to the people who wants to actually see your CV. Send them a link. They will open up the link, click on the link. They will see your picture. They will see your work. They will see your education, and the certification, and everything in a website format. Create that thing, and that, trust me, that would definitely impress them, because instead of seeing the boring same old CV where all this information are jotted down with 5, 6, 7 pages, if you can create a website where all these things are there. And see, everybody has a mobile phone, and obviously your employer would have a mobile phone and devices where they can access this thing, and they definitely have internet connection. So if you can create and share the link which will actually showcase these things, your criteria, your qualities and your achievements, they would love to see it. And you can actually definitely link these channels, link your this websites with your YouTube channel. For example, you are a YouTuber, you have, or for example, you are a filmmaker, you have created a couple of short films, and you have created ads. Put that on your YouTube channel and share that link on the website, and this would definitely impress them. So it should be a reflection of whatever you want to showcase to your employee, not other way around. It should be a kind of advertisement, a display advertisement of the applicant.
So, as you say, we live in a digital world, and digitalization help us in many ways. So, how the landscape of media and advertising, digital marketing also came, how these things change because of the devices and networks.
So previously, you used to see a lot of television ads and ads on newspaper. They are still there. I'm not saying they have gone. They are still there. Very happily, they're there. But the massive proliferation and massive spread of social media usage. I mean, India is one of the topmost countries which has a major number of Facebook and Instagram users. Even they have a major number of WhatsApp users. So now the brands or the companies are focusing on these platforms rather than, I mean, on traditional platforms, because this is very personal. For example, something comes up now. This what this brand started is it's very interesting. They started sending message on WhatsApp. Even they have gone one step further. Than WhatsApp is very personalized, where social media, Facebook and Instagram is little mass in the approach. But WhatsApp is very personalized. So whenever you buy something, they get your phone number, they get your WhatsApp number, and then they keep on sending messages and discounts on WhatsApp. I remember I went to a store seeing the ad they are giving discounts. So digitization is the future, and improving into such technologies and techniques are going to be there in future. I'm not saying that traditional media and traditional things will go off. They will also exist in their own way. But see, all the movie channels, all the movie content, all the serials, and also now been uploaded on online, portals, right? So that in your own time you can actually see them. I mean, sometimes you can also skip the ads. Right, on television you cannot. So understanding those techniques, understanding the technologies. For example, if you want to make a advertisement on for Instagram, for example, the same ad you want to make for Facebook, or the same thing or same kind of creative you want to send out over WhatsApp. The dimensions, the color correction, and the color schemes, and the intermeasurements, how much text you should enter into it. Uh, Everything changes based on the platform. There are some limitations, there are some do's and don'ts. So that you need to be very, very aware of. You cannot say that, okay, fine, I made this ad for television, I'm going to send it over to every platform. No, that's not going to work, because there's a huge difference between big screen and small screen, public screen and private screen, public portal and private portal. So these things are the skills, I would say, if you can master, then you are there in the industry. Industry will take you like a piece of chocolate.
So, what is the future of this industry?
I can see only the graph is going up and up, and because more and more students are actually being interested into media and communication, and that's why see, we have proliferated. We have actually devised a lot of disciplines. We have like undergraduate, we have BA, BSc, BBA, and postgraduate we also have MSc and MBA. So we have actually branched out in all these three disciplines: be it business, be it social science, arts, and be it a science discipline or technological discipline. So we have actually branched out. We have all the courses in our bucket. So these courses are also very distinctive, and they are different from each other. So if you want to get into the management side of it, corporate side of it, then MBA is there. If you want to get into the designing and technical side of it, it's there as an MSc. If you want to get into journalism and rather different kind of journalism, PR, and this section, then there are masters in the side of it.
So, in conclusion, what advice you would like to give the students who want to pursue a career in this industry?
Yeah. So the first advice I want to give to people who actually wish to come to the masters, especially for the MBA, do not do your masters, whether you're doing MA, MSc, MBA, do not do it in distance mode, not your first masters. A lot of people would say that if you are working, you can do the first masters in distance mode. I would oppose to that, because having hands-on experience, attending the lectures, or for example, especially for our field, where the field is mixed, it's a mixture of theory and practical. So there's a lot of practical part of it, right? So there, you need to experience yourself with the machines. You need to be familiar with the machines. And if you're going to do it in distance mode or correspondence mode, that will not be a possible thing for you. You may get the degree, but you will not be able to acquire the skills. That is the first thing. Second, start getting updated with the information. This is a must thing for media and communication professionals. It doesn't matter which section you want to get in. Doesn't matter whether you want to get into management side or creative side, or you want to be a journalist. It's a must thing, because information is the key. It holds the power. And there's a one way you can impress the interviewer in the room. I mean, if you're having a session, then it has to be the information. You can impress the interviewer with the information, the capacity, the knowledge that you have. Obviously, hands-on experience comes to it. But if you do not understand the basic, how would you reflect? How did you let that information reflect into practicalities? So that is the second one. Third, I would say you start taking yourself very seriously. It's not going to be another master where you can only attend the classes, do the assignments, and then you can be placed with a very high salary. No, because trust me, whenever you're going for a job, there are 10 or maybe 20, 50 people who are there in the line, who are there to take that job, the job that you are applying for. So you have to overcome this 50 people or 20 people or 10 people. At least minimum would be 10 or 15 people who would be there to take your job. So if you do not possess that competitive advantage, if you cannot beat them, then you won't get the job. Somebody else would come and take the job. So in order to beat them, you need to acquire and master your skills. So that is very important.
Thank you, Mr. Sayak Pal. Thank you so much for giving us your precious time. It was honor to talking with you. Thank you.
Thank you.